My name is Emily Carter. I'm 31 years old, and 3 days before New Year's Eve, I walked straight into the biggest mistake my family ever made, thinking I was still the same girl they could use. I had just gotten off a 12-hour flight from London. No sleep, no food, just the dull headache that comes from recycled air and too many expectations. And the second I stepped onto the front porch, I already knew something was off. The door opened before I could even knock. My mother stood there. No smile, no "you made it," no hug, just a sentence that sounded like it had been practiced. "You're here. Good. We need you to watch your brother's kids. We're leaving tonight." She didn't even wait for my answer. She just turned around and walked back inside like I was a delivery that had finally arrived. I didn't move, not yet. I stood there, one hand on my suitcase, staring into the house I hadn't been back to in 2 years, and felt that familiar pressure building in my chest. That quiet, heavy feeling that right before I said yes to something I didn't want. Inside, I could already hear chaos. Kids running, a TV blasting cartoons, someone yelling about packing, and then my brother Ryan appeared in the hallway. 3 kids clinging to him like climbing vines. He grinned when he saw me. "Perfect timing," he said. "Guys, this is Aunt Emily. She's gonna hang out with you all week. All week. Not can you. Not would you mind. Just decided." One of the kids wiped his sticky hand on my coat. Another one tried to grab my bag. And my mom laughed. Actually laughed. "Told you she'd show up right on time," she said. That was the moment something in me shifted. Not snapped. Shifted. Because snapping is loud. This was quiet. Cold. Controlled. I stepped inside slowly, closed the door behind me, and smiled. Not a warm smile, not a kind one. The kind of smile that makes people uncomfortable without knowing why. "You really should have checked your bank account before saying that," I said. Silence. My brother frowned. "What?" My mom turned around slowly. "What did you just say?" I set my suitcase down, took off my gloves, and looked at both of them like I finally saw them clearly for the first time in years. "I'm not staying," I said. "And you might want to open your banking app." Ryan laughed, a short, annoyed sound. "Emily, seriously, don't start this. We've got a flight in 4 hours." I tilted my head. "Yeah," I said softly. "I know." My mom's eyes narrowed. "How do you know where we're going?" I shrugged. "You forwarded me the booking confirmation instead of your friend, remember?" I watched the realization hit her. Slow, uncomfortable. And since everything was paid with an account that still had my name attached to it, I continued. I did what I always do when my name is involved. Ryan crossed his arms. "Which is?" I met his eyes. I canceled it. For a second, no one moved. Then everything happened at once. "What?" "You're joking." "Emily, stop playing." Ryan grabbed his phone. His fingers moved fast, too fast. Then suddenly, they stopped. His face changed. Not anger, not yet. Something worse, confusion turning into panic. "It says canceled," he said quietly. "Step forward, Emily." Her voice dropped, sharp, controlled. "Fix it." I almost laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was so predictable. That tone, that expectation. Like I was still 22, still broke, still desperate for approval. "I can't," I said calmly. "Refund's already processed." Ryan's voice rose. "Are you out of your mind? That trip cost thousands." I nodded. "I know." "I paid for it," he snapped. "No," I said. "I did." Silence again, this time heavier, darker. "I've been paying for a lot of things you forgot about," I continued. "The house, the electricity, your car, half your groceries." My mom scoffed. "Oh, please don't exaggerate." I pulled my phone out, opened the banking app, and turned the screen toward her. "Do you want me to go month by month?" I asked. She didn't look. Not right away. Ryan did, and I watched his expression fall apart. "Mom," he said slowly. "What?" "She's not lying." That was the first crack, the first real one. My mom finally looked at the screen. Her lips parted, closed, opened again. "That's temporary," she said quickly. "You were helping." "Was I?" I asked. I stepped closer, lowered my voice. "When exactly were you planning to stop needing help?" No answer. Of course not. Because there wasn't one. One of the kids tugged my sleeve. "Are we still going to the snow?" he asked. I looked down at him, small, hopeful, completely unaware of what was happening. And for a second, just a second, I almost gave in. Almost said, "Yeah, don't worry." But then I looked back at my family and remembered every time they didn't worry about me. "No," I said gently. "You're not going anywhere with me." Ryan let out a sharp breath. "This is insane. It's 1 week, Emily." 1 week? I repeated. I let out a quiet laugh. You said that last Christmas too. And the one before that. And the time you needed just a little help with your car. And the time Mom just needed a few months with the mortgage. I looked at both of them. You know what's funny? I said softly. I don't remember the last time anyone asked me what I needed. That landed. Hard. My mom's expression tightened. We're family, she snapped. That's what family does. No, I said. That's what I did. The doorbell rang, loud, sharp, cutting straight through the tension. Ryan frowned. Are you expecting someone? I picked up my suitcase again. Yes, I said, I am. The bell rang again, more insistent this time. My mom hesitated, then walked to the door, opened it, and froze. Standing outside was a woman in a dark coat, holding a folder and a badge. Good afternoon, she said calmly. My name is Laura Bennett. I'm with Child Services. Silence dropped like a weight. I'm here for a scheduled visit. My brother turned slowly toward me. What did you do? I met his eyes, and for the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty. I stopped fixing things, I said quietly. Если хочешь, я продолжу. Часть 2. Эскалация. Проверка, скандал, раскрытие правды. Часть 3. Полный разрыв и последствия. Часть 4. Жизнь после плюс мощный финал. И могу сразу адаптировать под YouTube с удержанием, паузами и клиффхангерами. The air inside the house changed the second those words landed. Child Services. Not loud, not dramatic, just final. My mom's hand tightened on the door. There has to be some mistake, she said quickly, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes. We didn't call anyone. I did, I said. I stepped forward, just enough for the woman Laura to see me clearly. I'm Emily. I'm their aunt. Her eyes moved over me in a single practiced glance. Suitcase. Coat. The kids, the half-packed bags, the tension hanging in the air like something about to break. She noticed everything. People like her always do. Is now still a good time? She asked calmly. Ryan let out a harsh laugh. A good time? Are you serious right now? Sir, she said, still calm, this won't take long. My mom turned on me. Her voice dropped low. Dangerous. What did you tell them? And just like that, I was back there again. Years ago. Standing in the kitchen while she asked the same question. Not because she wanted the truth, but because she wanted control. Only this time, I didn't give it to her. I told them what I saw, I said. Ryan stepped closer. You're unbelievable, he muttered. You fly in here and try to destroy us in 5 minutes? I didn't answer him, because the truth was, this didn't start 5 minutes ago. It started years ago. Laura cleared her throat slightly. Ma'am, I do need to come inside. My mom hesitated. For just a second. And in that second I saw it. Fear. Real fear. Then she stepped aside. Fine, she said stiffly. Come in. Laura walked in slowly, measured. Her shoes barely made a sound against the floor, but her presence filled the entire room. The kids went quiet. Even the TV suddenly felt too loud. She glanced around, the overflowing sink, the empty snack wrappers on the floor, the open suitcases, the coats half on, half off. Chaos. Not unusual chaos, but careless chaos, the kind that builds up over time. Where do the children sleep? She asked. Ryan scoffed. They have rooms. I'd like to see them. My mom jumped in quickly. The house is just a little messy, we were leaving. For a vacation, Laura finished. That's fine, I still need to see the rooms. There was no arguing with that tone. Not rude, not aggressive, just immovable. The kids started following her down the hallway, curious, confused. One of them looked back at me, like I had answers. I didn't smile this time, I just watched. Because this part mattered. Ryan turned on me the second they disappeared. You think this makes you some kind of hero? He snapped. No, I said. Then what? He demanded. Because right now it looks like you're trying to get my kids taken away. That's not what I want. Then why the hell would you call them? I held his gaze. Because for once, I wasn't going to soften it. Because you weren't listening to me. Silence. Not complete, but enough. You ignored every call, I continued, every time I said something wasn't okay. My mom crossed her arms. Oh, here we go, she muttered. No, I said quietly, let's actually go there this time. I took a step forward. You remember last month? I asked Ryan. When I called and your youngest was outside in the cold? No jacket? He was fine. He was crying, I cut in. Ryan's jaw tightened. You're exaggerating. Am I? I said. I pulled out my phone again, opened my photos, and turned the screen toward him. A screenshot, frozen frame from a video call. A little boy standing barefoot on the patio, red hands. Tears on his face. Ryan didn't speak, didn't even blink. My mom looked away first. That doesn't mean anything, she said quickly. It means no one was paying attention, I replied. And that wasn't the only time. I scrolled. Another screenshot. Mess. Clutter. A toddler near an open back door. You're twisting things, Ryan snapped. No, I said. I stopped ignoring them. The house felt smaller, tighter, like the walls were slowly closing in. You think you're perfect? My mom shot back. You think your fancy job makes you better than us? I let out a quiet breath. No, I said, but it means I know what responsibility looks like. That hit harder than yelling ever could. Upstairs, footsteps creaked, then voices. The kids again, and Laura's calm tone. A few seconds later, she came back down. Her expression hadn't changed, but something behind her eyes had. Thank you, she said. I've completed an initial walkthrough. Ryan folded his arms tightly. And? She looked at both of them. Direct, steady. I have a few concerns. The words dropped heavy. My mom forced a laugh. Of course you do. It's not a showroom. It's a real house. I understand that, Laura said, but there are safety issues. Silence. Supervision, she continued. Access points that need to be secured. General living conditions that need improvement. Ryan shook his head. This is ridiculous. No, she said calmly, it's standard. She reached into her folder and handed over a paper. A checklist. These need to be addressed before the follow-up visit. Follow-up? My mom repeated. Yes. Her tone didn't change, but it became heavier. If things improve, that will be the end of it. And if they don't? Ryan asked. Laura paused. Just long enough, then we'll discuss next steps. No one asked what that meant, because everyone already knew. The kids were watching now, quiet, confused, picking up on something they couldn't fully understand. And for the first time, Ryan looked unsure, not angry, not defensive, just unsure. Laura turned toward the door. I'll be in touch, she said. Then she left. Just like that, no shouting, no drama. But somehow, everything felt different. The door clicked shut. And the silence that followed was louder than anything that had happened before. My mom turned to me slowly. You've crossed a line, she said. I didn't answer, because she was right, I had. And I wasn't going back. Ryan ran a hand through his hair. This is going to be on record now, he muttered. Good, I said. Both of them looked at me. What? My mom snapped. Good? Yes, I said, because now it's real. That was the truth they hated most. Not the report, not the visit. The fact that, for the first time, someone else was involved. Someone they couldn't guilt, couldn't manipulate, couldn't ignore. And that terrified them. I picked up my suitcase again, and this time, I didn't hesitate. I'm not staying, I said. Ryan let out a bitter laugh. Yeah, we got that part. No, I said quietly. I mean, I'm not coming back to this. That landed differently. My mom's expression shifted. Don't be dramatic. I'm not, I said. I'm done. And for the first time in my life, I meant it. Хочешь дальше, сделаю часть 3, самую жесткую разрыв, деньги, последствия, выгнали из дома. Именно там история становится вирусной.